Yes.
Okay. So for those of you who have the documents, this is the last page. I'm making the motion. I move that the vote entitled, quote, vote to call a regional school unit budget referendum, call a public hearing, approve the referendum warrants, and approve the notice of public hearing, end quote, be approved in form presented to this meeting, and that a copy of said vote be included with the minutes of this meeting. The said form is below that on this page, so it's a long motion. It's a 2/3 of a page motion. I'm not going to read that. Is there a second? Okay, any discussion? We'll go ahead and do a roll call vote. Aaron?
Aye.
Jake?
Aye.
Leo?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
I also vote aye. So that carries unanimously. We have issued the warrants to the town. We just need to sign the warrants at this point.
So Rachel's going to send those first to Brian, and there's a DocuSign that has both sets of warrants in them. So you'll have two places you'll have to sign.
Rachel, I think it should forward. I finally got the forwarded set up. It should forward to my SBK, but if not, maybe I might need you to send it to my SBK email. That's okay. But again, it should forward.
That should work. I have it sent to Brian now. It should be there any second.
Just having a problem with my email. I think I just got it fixed. Yes, I see it.
So just so I will just mention for the benefit of those who don't have the warrants, we found out from the state last Thursday into Friday of the allowances that were provided to districts around annual budget meeting and alternatives. And so there were a couple of different options, and we opted for a public hearing. And so one of these warrants, or one of these signature pages, is just around the notice of that public hearing. That public hearing is going to be on June 23rd at 6 p.m. And so we will be posting documents to the website and around town, like warrants are posted, that give the kind of official public notice around this. But on our website, we'll also post kind of the more detailed document that we meeting. And then, so at the annual budget meeting, we will present this, take questions, comments, public input. And so that's what the public hearing is going to be, and it's obviously remotely. The other thing that's just a little different about the way the referendum question is structured this year, given that there's not an annual budget meeting, is there are 6 different questions. So there's a question for the total school budget. And then there's a question that's about the ability to transfer, which is what was a new allowance, given the fact that if we have curtailment, we might need to transfer more than 5% between cost centers. And then the remaining 4 questions are around, one around the school nutrition program authorization, one around the adult ed authorization, and then 2 around the CTE regional budget. So usually voters just have to consider 1 question, and this year they have to consider 6. So pretty, significant difference for our voters. And so we'll be, just going through that at the public hearing.
So there's a bit of you should have gotten it by now, Jake.
I did. I signed it and should be good. Rachel, you should have it.
So
Okay.
Mark should get it next, I guess.
No, it'd
Yeah,
be
Mark has viewed it too, so I can watch it pass on from person to person.
I just signed, so I think it should be on its. I think it should be on its way to Aaron, I believe. So it's telling me I'm done.
But to Meredith's point, we do have an education issue that we need to educate people that even though they're voting on them separately, it would be bad if they voted on our budget, but for example, voted down the CTE budget, which they don't actually have to pay anything for, but that's not abundantly obvious from question 5, which talks about raising $3 million. I could easily see a voter picking that off and voting against it.
VZ always votes it down.
Really?
Yeah, every year.
Even though it doesn't cost them anything under the current formulation,
Yeah.
because it's all state funded now. It's separate from the EPS.
Aaron, are you done?
I just finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good thing about this is we can't mess the order up.
Right.
So Leah, it should be coming your way.
Yes, I'm trying to. It seems I'm having a little network issue. I think I may have to turn on hotspot after with someone else and find it that way. Because for whatever reason, my thing has. Okay. Wait. Maybe I can. Give me a minute. Can you give me like a minute?
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions about the hearing or how that will work or the process for voting?
Do we have to have a moderator for that or not? No.
No, I thought about that and I didn't specifically ask the question, but there's nothing in the materials that indicates that there's a moderator because there's no voting.
Okay.
It is just a hearing, which we've in the past just treated. We've done them before board meetings. Use the same setup as a board meeting.
I mean, one of the options was just to post materials and then have people be able to submit comments. So this is the idea of a hearing's a lot more of a public engagement kind of format than that.
Okay.
So in general, we should all, encourage people to turn out for the hearing, especially since it should be shorter and you don't have to go out. You can attend by Zoom, and then certainly encourage people to get out and vote as well.
You could certainly be encouraging kind of the request of the absentee ballot, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing, is educating people about getting an absentee ballot in case it becomes election day and they don't feel like they want to go out because of COVID.
I think they're it sounds like, some towns are preemptively sending them. I know the state decided not to do that. But I did talk to Shelley and she is very much hoping people will request absentee ballots. So.
Bottom line is you can go to maine.gov or you can contact the town office by phone. And you want to request it at least 2 weeks in advance because you need time to send it out and send it back.
And the governor did issue some emergency declaration. I don't know if it was yesterday or maybe the end of last week, directing towns to set up additional drop boxes where people could actually go and drop them off if they were going to miss the mail. If they were worried they weren't going to get the mail deadline, they could go and actually just physically drop them. I think Shelley's big concern is having enough poll workers, right? Are there going to be enough people to work the polls, given that a lot of those people are in the at-risk population pool? So I just think it would be easier for all concerned for people to request the absentee ballot and make sure they fill it out and send it back in a timely fashion.
Yep, which does require advance prep. You can't do it 2 days before the election. suppose especially in this town with so many college student voters who might be less concerned about going out in COVID, we could still have a lot of people trying to vote in person. So anybody who can do an absentee ballot, it's probably a good thing.
It's voting day in Georgia today, and they said the lines were crazy, crazy.
It doesn't look good there.
No, it's horrible. All my friends, like some of the polling places are not working, and it's kind of sketchy places that are suspicious that those ones aren't working, but the ones around the corner are, and everybody's feeling very
I think I'm signed.
upset.
You are. The budget, the document is complete. It's come back to me, so thank you.
Fabulous.
All right. So I think that's it. I would motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion? And apologies to all those who were hoping for more exciting things, but this is all we can do tonight. We will get back to regular business next week. So we have a motion to adjourn and a second. Any discussion? All right. All those starting with roll call with Aaron.
Aye.
How do you vote on adjourning? Jake?
Aye.
Leo?
Aye.
Mark?
All right.
I also vote aye. 12 minutes. That might be a record for us.
I'll take it.
With Leo.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you next week and the week after. That's the downside.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Aye.
Artie.